Your clarinet degree, your clarinet certificate at music university doesn't really matter. Hear me out. So most of clarinetists that are on the professional pathway have this very clear structure: music school, maybe pre-college, okay, before the actual music university, afterwards bachelor or undergraduate studies for the American listeners, and then master studies. Okay, but then what actually happens after the master studies? Let me tell you something. After the master studies, nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's a black darkness, a black hole where no one wants to see your certificate. No one cares for your bachelor certificate. No one cares for your master certificate. No one cares for your theory grades that you had in your third year during bachelor. No one cares for your improvisation exam. No one cares for what you had in your final concert exam. No one cares. No one cares. The only thing that matters is if you can play the clarinet. It's the only thing that matters. No one cares about the certificate. Let me tell you a little story what happened when we were 18 years old in our theory class during music university. It was the first year of bachelor. Everyone was still pretty fresh in the theory class, and yeah, we were all striving to become professional musicians and very excited for the whole journey that is ahead of us. Yeah, and we were thinking, yeah, we're at the beginning of the journey. It's the first year of bachelor. Good, we have time. Okay, but we had one guy in our theory class. He was a trombone player. He was actually 17 years old. And one day, our theory teacher wrote him an angry email that he missed the fourth time in a row the theory class, and that he's dismissed from the class and he shouldn't come again. Okay, and the trombone player, 17 years old, yeah, first year of bachelor, wrote him back an email, and in the email he wrote, "Dear Mr. Theory Teacher, sorry, I will not come again. I had an audition last week for the symphony orchestra, the best symphony orchestra in town, and he won the trombone position, okay, and he will not come anymore to the class." So that's how it works, okay? So he was good enough already on the trombone to play as a professional musician in an orchestra, and no one wanted to see a certificate. No one wanted to see any music history classes. No one wanted to see any exam in theory, in analysis, in harmony. No one cares, okay? So if someone can show that he knows all these things inside of his playing, that he knows perfect technique on his instrument, that they can play a perfect Mozart or a perfect excerpt in an audition, no one cares for your degree. You could be 16 years old and win the audition, the job, there's no limit. It could be a $10,000 a month job. You could win it with 16 if you have the qualifications for it. You could not win it with 28 years old when you have undergraduate studies, master studies, and then you add 2 PhDs on top. You will still not win it if you don't have the necessary skills on the clarinet. So one tip I can give you in regards of the music university studies is don't over-focus on the academics. Because in the end, if your goal is to play beautiful concerts for people, your goal is to play in an orchestra or to teach clarinet, you need to be able to play the clarinet. You need to be able to play the clarinet, and you need to be able to play it perfectly. So the 5 years in music university, or for some people 6 years, whatever, are only for the purpose to master your instrument. Okay, you don't want to be a music history teacher. Okay, you want to teach your instrument, or you want to play your instrument in an orchestra. At least that's what's the goal for 99% of people that go study the clarinet. They want to play in an orchestra, they want to play concerts for people, or they want to teach the clarinet. How are you going to teach the clarinet if you can't play the clarinet perfectly? How are you going to play for people that don't want to hear you play because you can't master the clarinet? How are you going to play in an orchestra where it's required to play everything 10 out of 10 times perfectly if you don't master your instrument? Okay, so, and in order to master the instrument, you need this time. You need these 3 years of undergraduate studies to study your instrument. What does studying your instrument mean? It doesn't mean choir. It doesn't mean theory classes. It doesn't mean music history exams. It means sitting in the basement and practicing for 4 hours, 5 hours, or 6 hours. Pick your choice. Sometimes 3 hours is allowed, but choose. Is today going to be a day with 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, or 6 hours? And if if you didn't get the 3, 4, 5, or 6 hours in yet, don't let any music history teacher, music theory teacher, or any other teacher of any music academics tell you to come to their class or anything regarding to this if you didn't have your hours on the instrument yet, okay? Because if you're gonna focus on all of these academics and not practice the clarinet, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have all of those degrees and no one wants to see them. So to sum it up, if you're in the first year of bachelor undergraduate studies, no one is holding you back on winning the audition for clarinet for your local orchestra this year. Yeah. So if you just spend enough time in the practice room, this can actually happen, and it happens many times. In order to help you on this journey on focusing more on the clarinet and less on the whole other stuff that you're already doing with the academics, I've developed Clarinet Masterclass. It's a platform, it's an online course plus membership platform that is specifically designed on getting rid of all of your technical problems on the clarinet. Okay, so articulation problems will be gone, tense embouchure problems will be gone, air support problems will be gone, and your clarinet technique will not be the thing that will hinder you getting a job in the classical music world. If this sounds like something that could be for you, go to the link down in the description below, sign up as a member on clarinetmasterclass.com. You will get a free bonus. It will be a free 30-minute clarinet lesson together with me on top if you sign up today. I will see you all in the membership. Thanks for watching. Bye.